Hey y'all, it is your man D Real. I am here on the live, uh, chilling like a villain. How y'all feeling? Hopefully, it's getting through. I think. I hope. I hope and think. If I have to, I'll switch to my phone if this don't want to act right. But we in here. I'm in here. I will wait for y'all to show. A couple of y'all, usual suspects. Y'all know how I do it. Um, I don't know how the sound pickup gonna be on this, but I am going to try to play the audio from the video. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The audio from the video. Good evening, Black Claw. Good evening, Theo B. And good evening, Mr. Ray Smith, alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. Salute. I am here. I am in the building. Boy. Oh boy. By the way, Theo, thank you for that video this morning. You and Chillmonger really got me sparked. I was like, man, that I was good, guys. Go. Man, I rarely venture to use the word, and I don't like to use it because it's harsh. I don't even like the way it sounds, but fuckery. That word is appropriate. That, just like I said in your comments, Theo, Nate Moore needs to change his name to Tom, because that was the most punking out response I ever heard in my life. I mean, that was your opportunity, Nate, to set everybody where they needed to be set, but you didn't have he I don't know why I'm talking to him like he's here. If he ever see this video, I know he done seen some of my videos, because yeah, I got people telling me about my videos being in places I had no idea they was at. I would tell him, man, that was his opportunity to stand up on his own too, and set the record straight about that, or rewind or something, man. Look, time out. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I'm play this. I'm play this again. Yeah, man, Mr. Smith, you need to go lay hands on him. Boy, he just, man, he 150% confirmed what I've been saying about him for the better part of a couple years. You know what I'm saying? May, hey May, how you doing? Everybody in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Newsflash. No, it ain't no newsflash, but
always going to be the conversation of should T'Challa ever be recast? Is Chadwick Boseman the only person who can play Black Panther? I have my own opinions on it, to writing a column, but I'm interested in what y'all think about whether this character can ever be anyone but Chadwick Boseman.
Was that not a yes or no question, or a yes and question, as we say in improv? Yes and. Was that not a yes and or a yes question? He got diplomatic as hell, didn't he? Simple answer. Simple. Do you think the character can ever be played by anybody other than Chadwick Boseman. I got a lot of hand movement going on because I'm tingling right now. I've been waiting all damn day to do this live, man, and it's like, the fuck, man, that was your chance. And instead of saying yes or no or yes and, all day, Theo. Yes. I think everybody has their right to think how it should unfold. That was not the question. So already you ducking and dodging shit, and it was only one question. That Nate Moore is the kind of cat, if I'm not saying I would, but Nate Moore is the kind of cat that if you go and rob a liquor store like they did in Juice, and the police come and take you down to the station and start asking questions, Nate gonna be the one to crack. Nate gonna be the one to fold under pressure. You can't even answer a simple damn question with a yes or a no. Nate bitched up majorly. What we got going on, y'all? Why were people laughing? I can speculate, Mr. Smith, about why I think people's laughing, because you probably can't hear it, but one of the ladies on the panel is saying again to him, like, this ain't the first time somebody done asked Nate Moore this question, and he got nervous and started, you know what I'm saying? Can we all read body language in here? Can we all read body language? If you've seen the video, can you read that man's body language? I like to use this term quite often because it is so appropriate. He was nervous as a hooker in church. My man was sweating 50 cow shells. Man. What we got? Are y'all in the building? I've been these things are in the building. What up? Eon. Yes. He could have said anything, man. We will see. Possibly. Watch the show, watch the movie to find out, even though we ain't watching the movie to find out. He could have said anything except that shit he said. Hello, everyone. Sorry I'm late. I just returned from flying around Earth fighting crime. And I just got done listening to the song Super Negro by King T. And the Negro ain't Negro. Because he was Kaiser Cole, because he was put on the spot. And he needs to be put on the spot more often. Ryan Coogler needs to be put on the spot more often. Kevin Feige needs to be put on the spot more often. And I guarantee you'll see shit just like that. Well, everybody should be allowed to tell their own. You ain't telling everybody's story. You telling T'Challa's story. We don't want to hear that bullshit about everybody else's story. Let me continue to let me say hi to everybody. I continue to dissect. I noticed there is no Black Panther 3 in the next phases. It probably ain't gonna be no Black Panther 3 if this one do crappy, which it's going to. So that will be their excuse. And that's my fear. That'll be their excuse to just wipe T'Challa out of the MCU altogether by saying he's not a marketable commodity because we went to the theater and 2 did terrible. He sounded like a spokesperson, not a fan. He had some pre-written nonsense. Yes, he looked nervous and dumbfounded. Yes. Side note, if Marvel takes Henry Cavill as Hyperion, the DCEU fans will go to war, including me. You know what? Right now, IDGAF about Hyperion or anybody else in the MCU. Right now, I am not studying anything else in the MCU. Okay? This right now for me, and I ain't mad at you, Jeffrey. I'm just saying, this is me. First and foremost, this right here, Marvel ain't getting another dime. Marvel ain't getting no airplay. Marvel ain't getting shit out of me until Nate Morris punk ass man up and be a man about it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they also doing reshoots too, Jeffrey. So they could very well write out T'Challa and the baby mama drama. It's some stuff, they're listening. They pretending like they ain't listening because soon as Muggs starts saying boycott, oh, we got attention. Recast T'Challa. Recast T'Challa. Recast T'Challa. Boycott Black Panther. Huh? Just like that. Lickety split. Oh my. So you do have to be strategic. You do have to be aggressive sometimes. Heavens. Just remember the cats that taught you that. If he couldn't talk to that guy, he couldn't and wouldn't want to spend. Damn Skippy, Theo, because I got bars for him. You know what I mean? I've been, man, I pray that I run into a situation that puts me in the same room or in the same podcast or the same conversation with any one of them. I got bars for their ass. I'll please put me in a room with one of them. I will eviscerate their asses. Eagles Sixer fan, keeping it real. Boycott Black Panther 2? Indeed. Jeffrey Lang said, I'm mad about how Black Panther is done and the Hulk and other heroes. I'm a DC and Marvel fan, but I don't like the MCU at times. I can only imagine how they are going to F up. Where was the panel at? I have no idea, but the footage comes from, it looks like some sort of press conference. And the footage comes to us courtesy of August 6th. I think it was August 6th, August 5th, when this press conference was had. Let's listen to more of that shit.
I will say, as a fan of the books, the Black Panther to me is a mantle.
As a fan of the books, the Black Panther to me is a mantle. End quote. Let's unpack that shit. First, in Fantastic Four, number 52, in 1966, who was the titular character? T'Challa. In Jungle Action from 1974 to 1976, who was the titular character? T'Challa. In the first ever Black Panther series in 1977 that ran from 77 to 79, who was the titular character? T'Challa. You see where I'm going? Okay. It's a mantle. But the mantle isn't the focus. Never was. You know what I'm saying? It's these a-holes that have decided, we're going to do what we feel like. And he says it later on. I'm playing, hey, we're going to do what we feel like and you decide. You want me to decide. That's your ass, Mr. Postman, if you want me to decide. D. Steezel, right there. Been faking they've been faking the funk from the jump. He was real confident on the podcast when he was like, I'm hedging bets. There ain't going to be no T'Challa in the MCU. He said it with his chest then, didn't he? He was talking confident. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's a decision we came to in minutes. Why wasn't you popping that shit like you was popping in? Sounded nervous up in there, nephew. Ashura, that's what we talking about right now, bro. That's what we talking about right now. Side note, Prey is very good. I got a video coming up about Prey, but I want to keep the focus on this fuckery that Nate Moore is putting on. Okay. It's a mantle, but that ain't what Black Panther comic books are about. Black Panther comic books are not about a mantle. Never were. The title of Black Panther is and let's be purely accurate, hereditary mantle. Okay, not just the mantle, not a mantle that any cat can just walk up and be like, "Hey, I'm Black Panther too, yay!" No. Nate got keyboard. Yes, he does. Yes, he does, Kaiser Cole. He got keyboard warrior energy. My man is just uh uh like when you, and I tell you what, it's like when you catch a keyboard warrior out there in the streets and be like, yeah, what's that shit you was talking? And then they like, well, can't we all just get along? Nah, because you was popping shit about folks not getting along.
Right? And was a man from the first movie because his dad was the Panther. It's clearly something that's been handled.
He gonna make me go Bruce Lee on him, man. He gonna make me go Bruce Lee on him. His dad held the mantle. Okay. How much of his dad did we see in the Black Panther movie? 5 minutes, maybe 10 top, not even 10. That scene in Jobu in his apartment. That wasn't that long. Wasn't that long at all. You know what I'm saying? So why are we like, oh, T'Challa did? Yeah, T'Challa's daddy held the mantle before him. But again, T'Challa and T'Chaka existed simultaneously, retroactively oblique, but existed simultaneously in the Fantastic Four comic books where he made his premiere when they told his origin story. I think it was in like 55 or 54. They talk about T'Chaka, they talk about T'Challa, but T'Chaka gets mentioned briefly. Okay, we ain't sitting around. Matter of fact, how many T'Chaka stories are there out there? Stop it, Nate. You're deflecting. It's hereditary if mommy and daddy stay in power, but you still got to fight the man for the mantle. Sure, he better get it scot-free without challenge. Yeah, because as my man Kaiser says, she's mad frail. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to see. Well, you know what? That's probably what's gonna happen. She gonna be like, you can have it, M'Baku. One to actually assure two, because in Rise of the Black Panther, one of those issues is dedicated to T'Chaka, and it tells the story of how him and Nyami met and how T'Challa gets his love of science from his mother. So yeah, two stories. Not enough to say T'Chaka held the mantle and T'Chaka was his daddy. That's a cop out. All day, every day, and twice on Sunday. That is a fucking cop out. How he in charge of some stuff? Being that damn spineless. How is he in charge of some stuff? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Or maybe, just maybe, they saw that spinelessness in him and knew that if they put him in charge of a Black Panther project, it was doomed to failure. Just a thought. I'm kind of semi conspiracy theory on that one, but valid argument, yay or nay. K-Dot did a video this morning talking about how crappily depicted some superheroic characters are, from appearance to origin story to all that. And nobody does that worse than Marvel. Okay? I can cite them all day long. All the way back to the first Avengers movie. That roster. Captain America is not an original Avenger. Black Widow is not an original Avenger. Hawkeye definitely ain't an original Avenger. But we thought it would be a great idea to use the Scott Lang Ant-Man and not the Henry Pym Ant-Man because he's related to abuse. But Killmonger out here shooting his girlfriend and threatening to kill little princesses and murdering Dora Milaje. Yeah, okay. We do what we do, right? That's facts, Diesel. That's facts. All that bullshit he's spouting don't apply to no other character but T'Challa. Where they do that at? Oh, that's right. They do that at Marvel. I wanted to see Hank and Janet on that OG team too, D. I'm like, what the Hawkeye? What? And Hawkeye got the least amount of screen time. And I'm like, why even put him in there? You know what I'm saying? And everybody's a shield agent. Why is everybody with hand skills that ain't somebody else's superhero a shield agent? I don't know. But this is not about bagging on Marvel. Not directly anyway.
I think that the story we want to tell is a specific story. It's not going to be the story everybody wants us to tell.
Now, did you hear when he said we got a story to tell, and it's probably not the they got a specific story to tell, but it's not the story the fans want to see. So who in the hell are you making the story for, Nate? If you're not making it for the fans, bruh, who are you making the story for? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't get how this cat's in charge. They play Hawkeye dirty in the movie and TV series. Yeah, because they didn't introduce him the right way. Sure, if they'd introduced Hawkeye in the same, and maybe if you had to introduce Hawkeye in the second Iron Man movie instead of Black Widow, that might have went a little smoother. And Black Widow could have been somebody you just introduced sideways in Thor or introduced sideways in the Avengers and then let that story unfold like y'all did. Hawkeye got a much more interesting story than, Black Widow, arguably. And I ain't saying that because she's a woman. I'm just saying he got a more interesting storyline. He was originally an enemy of Iron Man. Misguidedly, but he was an enemy of Iron Man. How cool would it have been to see Hawkeye shoot arrows at Iron Man and melt his armor or rust his armor or something like that? You know what I'm saying? Getting took down by Hawkeye technology. You know what I mean? So, but the original stories aren't interesting enough for the folks at the MCU. They got to take it and flip it on its ear and twist it and change it and do. I ain't mad. I'm just disappointed. Nate does need to be fired, May. I agree 100% because he's not doing his job. Clearly. Why couldn't Black Widow a trio movie? It's like similar to T'Challa's treatment at MCU. For the same reason they abusing and treating the Hulk like garbage. Willy-nilly. We don't care. We're going to do what we want to do with them and treat them how we want to treat them and fix them up and set them up the way we feel like they need to be set up. I don't know, man. It's just, it makes me sad to see how characters who have been around half a century are treated by the MCU. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a point now where I'm like, damn, how bad can they screw up Blade? How bad can they screw up they done screwed up Monica Rambeau, but I mean, how much more can you screw Monica Rambeau up? You know what I mean? It's just and it's kind of like, you know, how Chillmonger was saying in his video this morning about black representation. The only, well, not the only, but the first black superhero who was not a subordinate, who was not a sidekick to anybody. Y'all just trying to eliminate every damn vestige of him everywhere. You emasculating him in the comics. You talk about not even having him in a video game that bears his name. And now y'all putting this movie out like, bam, boom, check it out. Black Panther. No Black Panther. See what we did there? You know what I mean? Like, stop the cap, man. Just say we hate the Black Panther and we don't want, well, we hate T'Challa and we don't want to have nothing to do with his ass. Just say that, because you're not honoring anything or anybody by getting rid of every vestige of him. You know what I'm saying? Somebody asked me today, a homeboy of mine, who's gonna finance the Avengers? Well, y'all killed the last cat that could have possibly done that. Yes, Natasha was a hero to villain, a villain to hero story. You and the team are more than knowledgeable. I know a solid team, man. Thank you, Byron. And hello, by the way. Glad you're here. Is Black Panther 2 really the Woman Kings versus Latinos? FYI, Namorita is made full Atlantean and not a hybrid like Namor. Again, Ashura, they are cherry picking and doing what they feel like doing. In the New Warriors, Namorita, Namora. See, different person. Gotta stop myself. Namora, you're right. Namora is a hybrid. Yeah, they made her full. They should have just not even put her in the movie yet. Because if you're going to make her full Atlantean, yeah, that's 100% off. 100% off. You're right. Because there's Namora and Namorita. Yeah, got it. Namorita was the one in the New Warriors who, I think, like 30, 40 issues in, they made her blue. So Monica is technically third billing in the Marvels. Carol and Ms. Marvel already got their film show. That's my point, D. That's my point. Y'all don't know how to treat characters. You just, oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. You can't, they can't say nothing about Derek Bozeman. I mean, Derek Bozeman's video shuts down all that stuff that Nate was saying. He said he wanted it to continue. What part of that you don't understand, Nate? Continue means to keep going. He would want T'Challa to continue. T'Challa to continue. Not the mantle. OG New Warriors is dope. Wait, is it Namora or Namorita, the cousin's name? I am confused. Okay. Technically, Namora, who is Namor's sister, Namorita is the daughter of Namora and Namor's niece or cousin. Marvel is locked into going full woke. It's too late to stop them. Like I say on many occasions, Jeffrey, there is only one language that multi-million and billion-dollar corporations understand. That is the language of money. You take the money out of the equation and you got their full attention. Look at how, like I said earlier in the video, look how Muggs was saying recast T'Challa, recast T'Challa, recast T'Challa, recast T'Challa. And it was like, we don't hear nothing y'all saying. But soon, and Theo can tell you, as soon as we started talking about boycott, oh, well, hey, boy, what? Boy. Money talks. All that other shit runs the marathon. I'm telling you. We can sit around and debunk stuff and show them that what they're doing ain't right. Oh, and we hope to turn their hearts. You ain't turning jack. You know what I'm saying? You ain't turning nothing. Oh, well, maybe it could take place during the blip. Get out of here with that blip shit, man. They are not about to do that. If they do that, I'll retract this statement and apologize. But I'm 99.99999 and 9/10% sure that shit ain't gonna take place during no blip. Unless they reshoot it that way and say during the blip. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that happening though. Theo. Theo, you already know, bro. I don't want to be the dead horse, man. I don't want to be the dead horse, and I don't want to sit around talking about I told you. But we did. It is what it is, man. MCU is selling over telling stories with substance. I wonder who. I don't wonder who Theo's talking about, Mr. Smith. I know who he's talking about, but we agree to set that over to the side and leave that situation where it is, because they have divorced themselves of us. So you know what I'm saying? What Nino Brown say? Cash Money Brothers is a fully functioning operation. If they don't want to roll with it, we roll over them. It's just not checkers. See, y'all ain't right, man. Why y'all always do that on my lives, man? Y'all, it makes it seem like I have some animosity somewhere. I mean, I ain't got no animosity, but like I said, there's a time to be Professor X, and there's a time to be Magneto. Hell, there's a time to be Apocalypse, where we test folks and see how strong they really are. Nate got tested. He failed. Nate got tested. He ain't strong. He's the weak. We need to winnow the weak out. Nate's the weak. Facts. He say that G Money laugh. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Kaiserco. Thank you. Not everybody wants to beg for representation. And that's a fact, because you can beg and beg and beg and beg all day. And mugs will starve to death before they get what they want. Mugs will die out before they get what they want. People will forget about the cause you was on. You know what I mean? Before you get what. Because see, here's what's going to happen after that movie. Folks ain't going to be as passionate about being patient. You know what I'm saying? Enough people gonna see it and be like, Nuh-uh. And I read somewhere where Marvel and Disney is dependent on Black Panther Wakanda Forever to bail them out, to make them fiscally viable in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been taking hits in phase 4. They've been taking body shots in phase 4, man. Thor Love and Thunder underperformed. Doctor Strange underperformed. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got movies underperforming and movies just being mediocre. Ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Shang-Chi and Spider-Man was the best things happen in this phase. Everything else, hot garbage. And it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? Or it ain't supposed to be like that. For sure what you're saying. They've emasculated T'Challa so much they're giving Shuri all of his qualities and stories. Shuri has always been a background character, even with her 15 years and only 5-issue comics. Yeah. Yeah. Been around 15 years. Yes. Truer words were never spoken, sure. Ray Smith, you say the four horsemen. Which one am I? Am I? I would think I'm War. Nah, Theo's War. I'm Death. Some high shareholder at Disney decided not to have Black Panther anymore, probably on a bet to see how mad people would get. That's how they do it. It's a game. People will not be going back to see the movie again. People will not be going to see the movie at all, May Kent. BP, yep, it's the last film of this sorry phase. So sad. Just to let you know, Bob Chapek has removed his personal Twitter account. Big surprise. You can only reach Disney Studios, Marvel Studios, and Kevin Feige. Yeah, Theo, war. Yeah, Theo, war. You are war, sir. 800 million should not be the benchmark for a Marvel movie. I'm just saying, if you can make $1 billion 3 times, you should be able to repeat that formula. Why can you not repeat the formula that got you $1 billion? Why can you not make $1 billion? Why can no movie you done made in this phase crack $1 billion? I think maybe Spider-Man might have cracked $1 billion, but that's worldwide. That's not domestic. And that's what I'm talking about, Ashura. I'm talking about domestically. Okay? That if you made 800 million worldwide, that means domestically you made less. I hear you, Jeffrey. A lot of people want, and this is my thing, and this is one thing that I think at least us and Recast T'Challa can agree on. I don't care if he's Black Panther or not. You can bring him back with the mystical runes all over him. You know what I'm saying? And he can rock like that. Just don't kill him. You know what I'm saying? Shuri can get her little ride as the Black Panther, or maybe Shuri can even get killed like it's supposed to go in the storyline, and T'Challa have to come back and bail her out. So, you know what I mean? It's all there. The story's there. I think, and I don't want to keep mentioning folks, but K-Dot also mentioned fans. At least I have, and I've said this all the time, and I know a bunch of people in the chat agree. If you agree, fans true fans would have no problem whatsoever with a direct translation off the page onto the screen. The only difference being, instead of it not moving, that shit's on the screen moving. Yay or nay? Holla at me. Nico Bean with the steam. You ain't never lying, Kaiserco. They done told Spider-Man's whole story arc in the time it took them to decide they wanted to make a sequel. Gee, I wonder why. If black people came to your movie and made it make $1 billion, why would you not want to duplicate the formula that orchestrated that success? Nah, we're gonna do something different. Make it make sense. Yeah, they can conflate it all they want, but facts is still facts. You got domestic box office and you got international box office. Period. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about nobody over in Turkey or Russia, or they don't show movies like that in Turkey. I don't care about Russia and they alienated the Chinese market, which was a huge part of their net. You know what I'm saying? So further crippling themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why a lot of these movies underperformed, because you done took away one of your biggest international grossers. Sad part is, they borrow from those storylines, Deadliest of the Species, Power and Doom War, to kill him off. Yeah, the ones where he wasn't supposed to die, just be severely injured and put in a coma. What did Knucklehead Nate say? We're gonna tell the story that we want to tell. Okay, but it need to be something that the fans can get behind. Shouldn't it be something that the fans want to get behind? Not some stuff where people, because this is what people telling me. Matter of fact, I'll share with y'all some of the stuff that David Banner said to me in an interview last week. Interview was going great, man. Yay. We talking and everything's popping. He's a little bit chatty. You know what I'm saying? He cut me off in mid-sentence a couple times, but you know what I'm saying? I'm being a cordial host and letting that ride. But then when I asked him what did he think about this recast T'Challa thing, his response, and I quote, "Nothing, is a fictional character," which he is perfectly within his rights to say. But when I explained and broke the things down to him, he was aware of none of it. Okay? Just like when I talk to anybody else that I talk about this topic with, blissfully unaware of the machinations transpiring. Blissfully unaware. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I go on the radio, I mention it every week. I don't know who's listening. I don't care who's listening, but I mention it and it gets out. People hear it. I talk about it. That's why I talk about it, because a lot of people are laboring under the impression that we are a very small demographic and that there isn't enough of us to make a difference in their budget, that we can't put a dent in that budget. But they're not factoring in, number one, that international gross that they get, gone. Number two, they underestimating us. I keep saying it. I say it all the time. I say it in lives. I say it in videos. Raise awareness, y'all. Keep raising awareness. Go to them folks that's just like, I don't know nothing about Black Panther, but let's go see that movie because there's black people in it. You know, them the folks you need to talk to, because there's a gang of folks that's just going because there's a bunch of black people in the movie. And I said in a video, I think last week, all black people do not have all other black people's interests in mind. Okay? Judas and the Black Messiah. Those kind of people exist. Y'all better be aware. Why can white characters be recast, but black characters? The first BP movie was so far from the source material, it's not even funny. At the first Black Panther, I saw 3 elderly white ladies with canes coming out of the movie. It was then I knew it was going to be big. I'm still waiting for Black Panther meets Shaka Zulu. Colonial Black Panther. We could put a colonial Black Panther in there. Maybe that Black Panther is trying to tell Shaka Zulu, you need to chill messing with the white men. They are going to get mad one day. Will you not help us, Wakanda? We do not help anyone but ourselves. Yeah, that movie probably be about 30 minutes long. Not just that, Bob Chapek proclaimed that Marvel stay in theaters for 45 days, something PS2 could have needed if it had 45 days more. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, maybe, possibly. As my mother loves to say, wish in one hand, shit in the other one, see which one fills up first. About to make a video on the right way to tell stories. Go for it. They've wanted to kill T'Challa for sure since 2018. That is a fact for sure. After the movie made $1 billion, then they started talking about mantles. No lies detected. So he was unaware. By the way, who is David Banner? Just kidding. He's the Hulk. A lot of cats think exactly. A lot of cats think exactly like him. They think it's not important. I told him off air that it's actually about black representation, and blacks can be depicted fictionally improperly, just like they can be represented improperly in real life, you know. But I gotta, he's the kind of brother that once he set that his mind on a thing, or once he believes a certain thing, it don't matter what you tell him. He's one of them people. I'm adamant. I'm set in my ways, and y'all can just stop talking to me. So I ain't gonna belabor the point. I'm not gonna talk in circles with somebody who ain't even trying to see the point. You know what I'm saying? So we just keep it pushing to something else. Great, madam. Hello. How you doing? People still hung up on COVID, so good luck to Marvel. But I don't know about where y'all at, but the quarantine protocols and all of that have been lifted here. So people anxious to get out in them streets and go run. I ain't even worried about COVID so much as I am about the monkeypox. How long has Nate Moore been working at Marvel? Not long enough, apparently, because they want to put him into more stuff. Too long. Little while now, at least 6 years, 7 years, longer than that, but he's just come to prominence in the past 6-7 years. He is a hot mess. You nicer than I am, May. That's not what I would have said. What I would have said begins in Uncle and ends in Tom, but that's just me. T'Challa in the Savage Land with Khazar, Shana, Zabu, Sauron, all that. As a movie, D. Steezel, yeah, I can rock with that. I mean, since they just taking characters out of context and placing them willy-nilly wherever they want to, at least get something that are exciting and fun. So you mean to tell me the guy who did an interview about wanting to do positive music but wasn't allowed to by the music industry doesn't see the value in a positive image? Yeah, I got David tomorrow. Since you put it that way, yeah. He's very isolationist as far as we go. He feels that we would do better to separate ourselves from those people, because in every instance in human history, when we did separate ourselves from them, we did well. Most instances, we did well. So where he's at, man. I mean, you can lead a horse to water, bro, but you can't make him drink. So it is what it is. Nico being with the steam. What happened to the technologically advanced jungle from the original introduction of T'Challa? Like, that would have blown my mind if they went that route. Well, you ain't got no Fantastic Four, so why even bother? You know what I mean? Nate Moore will make things fully woke, and why couldn't they cast a brown sister for America Chavez since she's not light-skinned? Marvel got a ways to go before they learn what true representation is, because I think they overcompensate in some areas and undercompensate in others. They don't have a problem representing women and the LGBTQ community, but everybody else, it's a mixed bag. It is what it is, man. Black for pay. Yeah, well, like I said, that's woo! Mary, sweet mother of Jesus. Nate, let me, because I've been listening to this off and on all day. I've been dichotomizing the heck out of it.
That's okay. You know what I mean? I think we only know how to tell the story that we know how to tell.
I think we only know how to tell the story that we know how to tell. If I might be allowed to quote another fellow podcaster, social influencer, YouTuber, whatever you call yourself, Chillmonger. He mentioned in his video that he did this morning, weren't they planning on taking that story in another direction before Chadwick Boseman died? Not saying that they would have kept Chadwick Boseman in the movie or even kept him alive, but if you were planning on doing a second Black Panther movie, you had to have some idea of what hell, right? Doesn't that make sense? Simply being from the same area doesn't mean you're perfect for the role. True. Star Trek showed Black representation so much better because of Gene Roddenberry. Oh, golly, if only Gene Roddenberry were here. I think Gene Roddenberry gets the idea, or rest in power, got the idea of diversity and representation better than anybody I've seen do it. Okay? You didn't have to tell the producers of Star Trek or Gene Roddenberry, we need more Black people. We need more Latino people. We need more gay people. We need more LGBTQ people. We need more women. You didn't have to tell them that. You know what I'm saying? Because Gene Roddenberry pictured a future where every damn body was still around. Not, oh, we finna get rid of the Negroes. Oh, we finna get rid of these Mexicans. Oh, we finna get rid of these women. It's crazy how they recasted black moms on black shows like Fresh Prince and Family Matters, but will never recast the father. Do you think Professor X should be black, since even if the person has talent, do you think it's a form of tokenism? I didn't used to be against that before, but now I can see that way. Well, sure, I'll tell you like this, man. I'll answer that question by asking you a question. Do you think they'll make Professor Xavier black in the comics? If the answer is no, it don't matter what they're doing on the screen, because it always goes back. Eventually, it always goes back to what it was in the comics. Always. You know what I'm saying? The only improvement I've seen that remains from movie to comic books is Blade. They actually improved the character of Blade, but that was long before Disney and Marvel Studios. That was Guillermo del Toro. You know what I'm saying? And Goyer, those cats, they know how to do some things. I don't know what they doing in Marvel. Yeah, he went there. Sorry, Kaiser. So when we gonna address that the family tree of T'Challa was literally obliterated in the first movie? I guess Sion became Injobu. That's what happened to Sion. Azuri, they didn't go back far enough to tell his story. I mean, we saw an image of what was probably Bashinga at the beginning of the movie, but that is what it is. No black Professor X and no white Black Panther. Period. We don't need, honestly, we don't need to race swap characters. We don't need to sexual orientation swap characters. If you want a white character, make a white character. If you want a black character, make a black character. If you want an LGBTQ leaning character, make that character. Don't take characters that people have loved and followed for decades and go, him gay now, him white. Why? To stir up shit? I mean, why do something like that? You feel like that's a creative choice that's going to benefit the trajectory that character's on? I feel like the best course right now for T'Challa is to make him white. Come on now, just because you can do a thing. I think Blade should have been gone to a younger guy like Boyega, since they're taking their sweet time. Mahershala Ali to get his daughter to take his place. Yo, it is what it is, man. Too many fans wearing the cape for a black Professor X, but don't want T'Challa recast. Yeah, jump all on that boat. Yeah, Giancarlo Esposito, he should be Professor X. Giancarlo Esposito. No, he should not. Why wasn't Azuri brought up in Captain America Civil War? Steve Rogers. Because they changed everything, Nico. It's been retcon. Sometimes retcons work, Blade. Sometimes retcons don't work, the MCU. I don't think John Boyega would make a good Blade. Get any other young black dude. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Isn't Njobu not his father in the comics? Sure, there is no such person in the comics as Njobu. Jobu is a fucking character from Major League that Serrano was using to help him bat better. I don't know about no Jobu in the comics. Okay, T'Chaka's brother's name is Cyan. I don't know why they didn't think that was a good idea to do, because they didn't want to sully the reputation of Cyan. I don't know. But yeah, that cat is not T'Chaka's brother or T'Challa's uncle. And Killmonger is not related to T'Challa or T'Chaka. Not at all. See, that's the stuff that they do when we only focus on movies and don't go back and read comics for ourselves. We get this narrative in our head. Oh, that's what it is, and blah, 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 blah. Now we got two different, you know what I'm saying? All this Black Professor X Magneto talk, there's at least 13 real Black X characters I can think of that could be on the screen instead of making Professor X black. You know what I'm saying? Who we got? We got Frenzy. We got Sync. We got, I guess, Monet St. Croix. We got Gentle. We got Storm, of course. Jeez, that's enough right there. I mean, we could go. I could go on and on, but yeah. We got better things to do than make Professor X black. And on top of that, where the hell is Hunter? They so hell-bent on Bucky being the White Wolf that they could have done a whole bunch of other stories. White Panther would be a crazy comic book. Jobu. Yeah, bruh. Jobu. You wasn't even creative with the name. People are saying that they should bring Azari, which he's from another universe. Now, yeah, but how you gonna explain it? I don't know. Yeah, Azari is the son of Storm and T'Challa in another universe, and he has his mother's powers. It seems like if T'Challa died before Azari ascend to the throne, then he has no Black Panther powers. So why would we bring him? So we can see him shoot lightning? We got Storm for that. The actor from Snowfall, Damson Idris. Yeah, he'd be a decent Black Panther. Yeah, I forgot about Bishop. Yes, I did forget Bishop Jeffrey. But technically, he's an Aborigine and not Black, but he is a person of color. Monet's Black. Her dad just looks like Adam Brashear. Cecilia Reyes, Puerto Rican. Yeah, I said Frenzy. Okie dokie, y'all. So, I gotta finish this off. Finish it.
And I hope when the movie comes out, people respond to it and take it for what it is.
I hope when the movie comes out, people respond and take it for what it is. Oh, I will respond and definitely take it for what it is. A travesty, not something I want to watch. Not giving fan service. Manifold needs to be brought into the third movie. Peace him out. Peace, Nico. Kaiser Ghost 11. I remember the old comics had the father working for Claw, where he then took N'Jadaka as a slave or cast it out of Wakanda. a somewhat truncated version. Unless that story's been retconned, it's a little bit different than that. Damn, CD, you know your characters better than me. You should be casting people in these films. Yes, Jeffrey, I should be. Marvel would be a lot better off. Let me stop that. That sounds arrogant as hell, don't it? No, it's not arrogant because I do know my shit and I could do a better job. Not tripping, just being honest. What are my thoughts on Blade? I believe the MCU is going to mess it up. It's already a team up movie with Black Knight. I don't know, Jeffrey. And the way things are looking, I probably won't go see that movie either. Because, yeah, I believe, and this is just me, I could be wrong. I believe the MCU has jumped the shark, as they say. Jumping the shark means you've done so much stuff that now you're just throwing anything up in the air and whatever comes down is what you do. They have gotten redonkulous with their plots and their stories. And I read somewhere, I watched something somewhere. This chick Jessica Gao that's doing She-Hulk, she didn't even consult a lawyer about the show, but it's called She-Hulk Attorney at Law. That's the kind of shit they doing over at Marvel. So, or Disney, or both. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know what to say about them. I mean, it's just, can we get some movies based on some image characters? Can we get a live action Invincible? Can we get a live action Supreme? Can we get a live action Youngblood? Can we get a live action Shadowhawk? You know, let's see some of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm burnt. You know what I mean? Because they ain't doing nothing right. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't know what to say about it. Lazy, frivolous writing, no substance. I agree. Yep, Stormwatch. I agree. Funnier. I don't want a funny Daredevil, Jeffrey. I want a serious Daredevil. Daredevil being serious is what made him good and kicking a lot of ass. Yes, Kaizuko, right there. That's what it was. Yeah, I knew that was gonna spark you, D. I knew that was gonna spark you. I knew you. Yeah. Youngblood, Wildcat, Cyberforce. Yeah. And then we're already supposed to be getting a live action Spawn with Jamie Foxx, courtesy of Blumhouse. So that means it's probably going to be kind of horror based, which wouldn't be a terrible thing. I'm ready for some new blood, man. I'm ready to see something different. It's just, yeah, the MCU don't sit well with me no more because it's hey. I don't say about it, man. I really don't. It's a sad turn of events. Yeah, Grand Madam. Yeah, not supposed to be funny. No. Yes, Jeffrey, that is where the term comes from, jumping the shark. Because why are you doing this? That's all you got left to do? Y'all are running out of ideas. That's what it is. That's what literally what jumping the shark is. You done ran out of ideas, so you're like, let's do this. Fonzie on some water skis jumping over a shark. But it's a 50s show that takes place in Milwaukee about, but we're going to jump some sharks. Exactly. Fathom was a good book, but yeah. I like Michael Turner's drawing style. I like his drawing style. When they did that Batman Superman Apocalypse, I know because Michael Turner drew that, and they did the cartoon movie in the style of Michael Turner art. So yeah, I enjoyed that. I didn't like the racist black predator scene in She-Hulk episode 1. Okay. Yeah. Okay. eh, eh, eh.
I think some people are going to come out of the movie going, no, we still believe what we think, and that's okay. We had to make the movie that we understood how to make, and Ryan had to write the movie that he understood how to write.
We had to make the movie we understood how to make. Ryan Coogler had to write the movie that he understood how to write. Just at a glance, I would say somebody's understanding is lacking. Yeah, Nate. Good job, bro. Good job. It makes no sense for the next two Avengers movies to be back to back. They should be 5 years apart for Kang. Thank you, Mr. Smith. What more need be said? It would not shock me, Grand Madam, if Chadwick did. It wasn't a great written movie, but it sounds a lot better written than what's getting ready to come out in November. So, is what I say about that. This guy right here, this cat Nate Moore. The video is very eye-opening. It makes me think like, wow, all this time, this dude has been in charge of projects. And of all the stuff he's had, he's been hit and miss. Do we want a hit and miss type cat in charge of the fate of T'Challa? Y'all don't have to answer that. That was a rhetorical question. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it is like the hour and 15 mark, y'all. So, do we have any rhetoric or feedback we want to give in regard to Mr. Nate Moore? How do we feel? Well, give me your closing comments with regard to Nate Moore and this video we just saw this morning. Well, if you think, I have to think about it. If you go back, there were 6 different rewrites on the script to Black Panther 2. 6. What is the necessity? to write a movie 6 times. And understand me, I am well aware that sometimes script treatments go through rewrites. Sometimes scripts are altered in part and scripts are altered entirely. Why would you alter a script 6 times? Think about that. That's first. I don't know how many treatments of the original Black Panther movie were given before they finally went with one and said, this is what we're going to do. Was it 6? Grand Madam said no comment. Hey, Grand Madam, you know what? Your no comment is a comment. Replace Nate Moore with Be Real. Okay. If I get paid what Nate's getting paid, I guarantee you, it'll be a walk in the park. It will be a walk in the park. I guarantee you. And folks won't be mad. These things will say recast Nate and Ryan. Yeah. What's up, Professor, the film fan? Nah, he wasn't trolling us, baby. I wish. The Kamoyo kid is in the building. He said Nate is Steven from Django. Woo-wee! Okay. Yeah. You'll get no argument from me, kid. If you go back and watch this video later on, the words Uncle and Tom come out at some point. Anyway, do you think Marvel will head fake us with a recasted T'Challa with the MMA fighter that's joined the movie? I don't think it's going to be no fake. I think that's part of what the reshoots are. You know what I'm saying? Because the reshooting is a very real thing in post-production. All the time, they go back and do reshoots. I would not put it past them to see which way the wind is blowing and do a pivot just before this movie drops so they don't lose face and dollars. Kaiser Cole, boy, you is deep like Atlantis, bro. Kaiser Cole said Nate is acting according to the strings hanging from the mouse's fingers. Poetic. I am not surprised and not expecting us to be heard over the emotional majority. On that note, y'all be safe and stay on code. Peace, my dude. Me too, Grand Madam. Rewrites are the norm in Hollywood, but 5 or 6 rarely equal a quality product. That part, D. They say the reshoots are for Namor only, but that MMA fighter. Yeah, okay. From an illness, Grand Madam. Let Ryan and Nate with a shallow storytelling tell it. He died of an illness. I mean, that would have been the perfect opportunity to put him in a coma, to put him in stasis, you know what I'm saying? All that. But instead, they chose to do what they did. And so, not going to get my dollars. Not going to get my dollar. Vibranium poisoning. Vibranium poisoning? Then that means everybody in Wakanda should be dead. You know what I mean? Because living in that close proximity to that much vibranium Come on now. Surely they wouldn't say vibranium poisoning and swear up and down and sideways that they read comic books, but it's going to be vibranium poisoning. Cut your own throat. You don't need me to do it. Did you hear that Disney did to a yes, I heard about that. Yes, sir, I did. Yeah, you can't put Spider-Man on a tombstone, but you can post T'Challa's face in a movie or Chadwick Boseman's face in a movie and say, it's a funeral for T'Challa. Yeah, that's big corporation bullcrap 101. I can do it, but you can't do it. Wakanda is now a Disney theme park, basically. Sad to see. Poor storytelling won't get butts in seats. Yes, but emotional pandering, May Kid, and that's what they are banking on. Our emotional pandering is going to put sympathetic Black folks or sympathetic people in general in seats enough to save this phase. Won't be my money. Won't be my time. I got better shit to do. Look here, y'all. It's hour 20. That is about my time. I thank y'all for coming and rocking with me and playing with me and hanging out with me and fretting and fuming and doing all the things that we do. And like Captain America said, we'll do it together. Jeffrey Lane, Gamoyo Kid, Ashura, Grand Madam Tarot, Kaiser Ghost Slevin. Who else was in the building? My man Nico Bean with the steam, Theo B, Ashura, Professor Film Fan, Ray Smith, H-Town Balls. I didn't even see you up in here, H-Town. I said Ray Smith, didn't I? Oh, May Kent. Hey, May Kent, glad you was able to make it this time around. And apparently, y'all know where I'm at. So if y'all want to come rock with a brother on Thursdays, y'all come rock with me. I'm out. I'll be coming back at y'all with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.